Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for 4th May. Session will be quite interesting, so do take attention and do take notes. Let's start. First is Ministry of Mines signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization for sharing knowledge support in the areas of critical minerals. So which ministry? It is Ministry of Mines. They have signed MOU with which organization? What is the name of that organization is being asked to you here. So Ministry of Mines, they have signed an MOU with Shakti Sustainable Energy Foundation. Right? They signed this MOU with Shakti Sustainable Energy Foundation. This was during a ceremony that was held in New Delhi, and it was the ceremony of critical minerals. And if you remember, Government of India has mentioned a list of 30 critical minerals that states that these are the critical minerals that will help in the economic development of India, right? Then apart from this, if we further talk about, under this MOU, Ministry of Mines, Shakti, Council of Energy, Environment and Water, and the Energy and Resource Institute, that is TERI. So if I repeat, they are Ministry of Mine, Shakti, CEEW, that is your Council on Energy, Environment and Water, and your TERI, that is the Energy and Resource Institute. They have recently partnered together here. And what is the aim here? The aim of this MOU is basically to help in the critical mineral sector, to grow it, to make sure that there is an economic development based on these critical minerals, and how we can implement these critical minerals, and how can we extract these critical minerals effectively and make use of these critical minerals. For example, if we take about lithium, right? Recently we found a huge reserves of lithium in Jammu and Kashmir. So this lithium that was found in Jammu and Kashmir can now be utilized to make lithium ion batteries that will be very beneficial for future, because we know that the future holds electric sector, right? That there will be electric vehicles coming up. So those electric vehicles, they will be requiring batteries that will be made up of lithium ion, right? Take a note of this. Apart from this, if we talk about Khanij Bidesh India Limited, right, that is Kabil. Khanij Bidesh India Limited, they have recently signed an MOU with, it was with CSIR IMMT, that is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research Institute, and their arm, Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology. And this MOU was for knowledge sharing, and for this knowledge sharing and helping each other out for critical mineral sector only. Correct? Then if we talk about CSIR, National Geophysical Research Institute, this is an arm of CSIR. Similarly, IIMT is also an arm of CSIR. So here, if we talk about CSIR's National Geophysical Research Institute, remember, Kabil, they have also signed an MOU with them. Correct? That is Khanij Bidesh India Limited. They also signed an MOU with National Geophysical Research Institute. Correct? And this is a long-term collaboration in the field of geophysical investigation. Then if we talk about Indian Energy Storage Alliance, right, they have recently signed the initial pact with Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster. I repeat, they have recently signed a pact with Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, and this is basically to promote clean tech research, critical mineral research, and research in the energy sector in India. Right? Take a note of this. Also remember, friends, this is our national affairs news, right? Then here you can see it is Ministry of Mines. They signed this MOU with Shakti for sharing knowledge in critical minerals, and this was with Shakti Sustainable Energy Foundation during an opening ceremony of Critical Mineral Summit held in New Delhi. If we talk about this, here Secretary of Mines VL Kantha Rao inaugurated this critical mineral summit, that is enhancing benefiction and processing capabilities. Where was this held? This was held at India Habitat Center. Where is this? This is in New Delhi, and it was on 29th and 30th of April that we observed this critical mineral summit. Then the summit was organized by the Ministry of Mines in partnership with Shakti, CEEW, and International Institute for Sustainable Development. Moving on, this is our second national affairs news. Question asked here is, which of the following released a special postage cover for Silver Jubilee celebration on May 1, 2024? So which is that organization? That will be your Army Dental Center Research. Correct? That is Army Dental Central Research and Referral. That is ADCR and R. Correct? This is in Delhi. Correct? This is a specialist dental care, and they have raised on 1st of May 2014. Correct? Because on 1st of May 2024, we observe what? We observe the foundation of this Army Dental Central Research and Referral, because this was formed on May 1 in 1999, right? And this year in 2024, it was the 25th anniversary. So that is the reason we observed here this Silver Jubilee, to commemorate the 25 years of this Army Dental Center of Research and Referral. Correct? Then during this event, a special postage cover was released by the Army Postal Service, and it was unveiled by Lieutenant General M.K. Katiyar, who is the General Office Commander in Chief of the Western Command. Correct? Take a note of this. Here you can see Army Dental Center Research and Referral released the special postal cover for the Silver Jubilee, that is the 25 years anniversary celebration. Then further, friends, if we talk about Supreme Court of India here, remember, this is given in homework. Do wait for the homework today, friends, because there will be an interesting thing and very helpful for all our aspirants who are serious candidates and who wants to crack your government job. So stay tuned till the end of this video, and there is something important and interesting for all of you. Option third is All India Railwaymen's Federation. If we talk about it, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav of our Union Ministry of Railways has released a commemorative postage stamp to mark 100 years of the AIRF, that is All India Railwaymen's Federation, that was at an event held at the Karnail Singh railway station in New Delhi. Then if we talk about Department of Posts in Bihar, it has released a special cover to commemorate 250 years of the copper ticket, the world's first postal ticket from Patna, Bihar. 215 years of your copper ticket, and it is to celebrate the first copper or first postal ticket from Patna, Bihar. This copper ticket was first issued from Patna, Bihar in March 1774, and this is to celebrate 250 years. This a special cover was released. Correct. Apart from this, friends, we are at 3,88,000 subscribers. Let's take this number to 4 lakh very soon, right? This is the target for us right now, that we want to achieve 4 lakh subscribers. We are just short of almost 11 or 12,000 subscribers. All those students who are watching our video on daily basis and has not subscribed to us, a kindly reminder and a suggestion for all those students to do subscribe to us, as we make sure to provide you the best content on YouTube, and we make sure to help you in all the way to achieve your dream of becoming a government service officer. So do subscribe and do like all the videos that you are watching. Moving on. Railtel signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization to explore and deliver train collision avoidance system, that is Kavach, for implementation projects in India and other countries. So Railtel, right, they have signed a contract, or they have signed a memorandum of understanding with Quadrant Future, right, with Quadrant Future. Take a note of this. This is Mohali, Punjab based organization, Quadrant Future, right? And this Railtel Corporation of India and Quadrant Future, they have signed this MOU where they will be implementing this Kavach system in India and other countries. Kavach, this is a train collision avoidance system. That means if two trains are coming on the same track, then with the help of this Kavach system, there will be a red light indicating that there is a hazard because of two trains that are on the same track, and this will prevent multiple collisions that can happen and that can lead to serious injuries of damage of both life as well as good, right? Take a note of this. Basically, Quadrant Future, they are set to receive this final approval from Research Design and Standard Organization to operate as an OEM. What is an OEM? OEM is an original equipment manufacturer for this Kavach project, right? So it is Railtel. They signed this MOU with Quadrant Future, that is of Mohali, Punjab, and they will be now, Quadrant Future will be acting as an OEM for this Kavach project, that is a train collision avoidance system. Right. Apart from this Kavach, this is an indigenously developed automatic train protection system of the Indian Railways, and it was adopted by the Ministry of Railways in July 2020. If we talk about Railtel, it was incorporated in September 2000. It is a Mini Ratna Category 1 CPSE under the Ministry of Railways. Then if we talk about REC Limited, right? REC, that is your Rural Electrification Corporation Limited, they signed an MOU with RVNL, that is Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, correct? And this MOU is to finance 35,000 crore rupees for multi-modal infrastructure projects that will be executed by Rail Vikas Nigam Limited in the next 5 years, right? These projects will include logistic hubs, rail infrastructures, roads, ports, metros, correct? Next is your National Remote Sensing Center, NRSC, correct? So recently they signed an MOU, and this MOU was with NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, correct? And this MOU, remember, is basically for 3 years, Correct. Apart from this, NHAI, they have also signed an MOU with ISRO. So NHAI signed an MOU with National Remote Sensing Center, one of the primary centers of ISRO. So either of these question can be given, that either ISRO or National Remote Sensing, because this NRSC, this is an arm of ISRO only. So either of these things can be given in the question. This MOU is for 3 years, right? And this is basically to develop a green cover index for our national highways network, right? To provide green cover index. This will motivate us to enhance, or this will motivate us to make the green cover close to our national highways more green, right? That will promote us to make sure that there is a green cover or a agriculture land or a green patch right next to our highways. Then if we talk about Qualcomm, remember CDOT, Center for Development of Telematics and Qualcomm Technologies, that is a subsidiary of Qualcomm. They signed an MOU to encourage innovation in India, correct? Basically, to support the Indian-based developers, the startups that are working on innovative products, right? Moving on, here you can see Railtel and Quadrant Future, that is a Mohali, Punjab-based organization, and they have signed an MOU to implement Kavach globally. Next, apart from this, friends, we have an official Telegram channel which you can subscribe just by going through this link. If you don't have Telegram channel, I'll suggest you all to download Telegram in your mobile phone and go to this link where you will be able to see this group, right? Do join this group. On this group, we make sure to provide you daily current affairs, link of the daily current affairs videos, link of shorts, link of all weekly and monthly videos. Then apart from this, we make sure you to provide the quiz here, daily quiz, right? Apart from this, we make sure to provide you with the term of the day also. So this group is official of AffairsCloud, so do join this. Moving on, with which country Auditor General of India Girish Chandra Murmu, CAG of India, has signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance audit expertise? So which country it will be? So remember, CAG of India Girish Chandra Murmu signed an MOU with the Auditor General of Nepal, right? And it is basically to enhance the audit experience and also to enhance the audit of various organizations, right? Who is the Comptroller General of India? Girish Chandra Murmu. And who is the Auditor General of Nepal? Toyam Raya. That is the Auditor General of Nepal, correct? And this will be enhancing the collaboration and exchange of expertise in the field of auditing between India and Nepal, correct? Through this, between this MOU between these two, their platform will be established for the exchange of knowledge sharing that will help the professional teams to go through the collaboration. There will be trainings, there will be various mutual assistance in conducting the audits of various organizations, right? Take a note of this. If we talk about Nepal, what is the capital of Nepal? Kathmandu. Who is the president here? Ramchandra Paudel. And what is the currency we use in Nepal? It is Nepalese rupee. Apart from this, then if we talk about UK, our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh visited UK on 9th and 10th of January in 2024, and they have signed a letter of agreement and memorandum of understanding. This letter of arrangement, not agreement, letter of arrangement was signed between, if we are talking about letter of arrangement, it was signed between DRDO and DSTL. That is your Defense Science and Technology Laboratory of UK. This is of UK. And DRDO, we know this is of our India, right? And this is for defense, this is for collaboration in research and development. If we talk about MOU, the MOU was signed between which organization? It was between two countries, are India and UK, and it is basically for cadet exchange program. Then if we talk about Kenya, remember MEITY, our Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology, in the month of January, on 18th of January, right here, MEITY, they signed an MOU with the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy of Kenya, correct, for cooperation in the field of sharing successful digital solutions, right? And through this MOU, both G2G and B2G bilateral cooperation in the field of digital public infrastructure will be enhanced. Then if we talk about Cuba, remember MEITY of Government of India, they signed an MOU with the Ministry of Communications of Cuba, right? And this is basically in the field of sharing digital solutions that can be implemented at scale to help the population of Cuba in digital transformation. Moving on. Next topic of news are from the banking and finance. Next, SEBI has unveiled measures to combat fraudulent trading in Dash. So, SEBI has amended measures, or they have unveiled the measures to combat fraudulent trading in mutual funds. In mutual funds. What are mutual funds? Mutual funds are a combination of various stocks in which you can invest. There is a person who will be managing your mutual fund, right? You just have to invest money in that and you will be buying multiple stocks in that particular one mutual fund. Mutual fund can be a large mutual fund, large cap, small cap, mid cap, right? And it can vary also. So, SEBI unveiled measures to combat fraudulent trading in mutual funds. And this comes under the SEBI Mutual Funds Regulation of 1996, that is to enhance the existing regulatory framework by mandating the asset management companies to execute a strong mechanism to curb the fraudulent practices, right? Like front running and insider trading. What is front running? Front running is an illegal practice of using non-public information for trade securities, for trading your securities, options, future contracts or other assets before the information becomes public. And brokers have access to information related to the orders of the investors in advance, and the illegal use of this information to trade and obtain profits is called front running. Right? So, in order to curb such practices of insider trading and front running, here MNCs are guided by SEBI that they should work upon this and they should execute a strong mechanism. They should come up with a strong framework where such things don't happen. So here you can see SEBI approved the amendments to SEBI Mutual Fund Regulation 1996 to enhance existing regulatory framework by mandating asset management companies to execute strong institutional mechanism to curb fraudulent practices like front running and insider trading. If we talk about SEBI, who is the chairperson here? Madhabi Puri Bug, headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. And remember, it is a statutory body and a market regulator that controls the security markets in India. Correct? Then, if we talk about something etc. here, remember SEBI has allowed FPIs, foreign portfolio investors in GIFT City, to make more investment from NRIs and OCIs. Right? I repeat, let me show you here. SEBI has allowed foreign portfolio investors in GIFT City to take more investment from NRIs and your OCIs. Correct? Now they will be able to invest more here in India. What are NRIs? Non-resident Indians. What are these OCIs? OCIs are your overseas citizens of India. Correct? Prior to this, NRIs and OCIs, they could only invest up to 50% in FPIs, right? And this limit has been now reduced. Correct? They can invest any amount they wish here. Right? Apart from this, friends, if we talk about stock trade here, right? If we talk about stock trade, remember on 30th of March, SEBI, they have released a beta version of T+0 settlement cycle. Right? Earlier there was a settlement cycle of T+1, but now with effect from 28th of March 2024, this settlement cycle has been reduced to T+0 and a beta version for this was released. If we talk about ESG rating, CRISIL's ESG rating has got the SEBI's approval for ESG scoring. If we talk about credit rating, remember for this credit rating, I'll highly suggest you to watch our homework section in the last video, right? We will be make sure to provide you some good insight there that will be very beneficial in your revision, right? And this is for April month. And stock trade news, this was for the March month. Next is The report titled Aging Well in Asia, released by which organization, stated that India has the lowest health insurance coverage among older people at 21%. So it is which organization? So, according to Asian Development Bank report, that is Aging Well in Asia, Asian Development Policy Report, this was released by Asian Development Bank. India has the lowest health insurance cover among the older people, standing at only 21%. Also, there is a target of Government of India, that is to provide insurance for all by 2047. Then apart from this, remember, it is South Korea and Thailand. These are the two countries that have achieved universal health coverage. Correct? And the aging population in Asia and Pacific is set to nearly double by 2050 to 1.2 billion, or the 25.2% of the regional population. Then if we talk about UNESCAP, correct? Recently UNESCAP, they reported a report that titled Economic and Social Survey of Asia and the Pacific region, that stated that according to the report released by this organization, that India is expected to lose almost 5.8% of the daily working hours because of the increasing temperature by 2030. If we talk about IRDAI, this is an homework that I will be providing you in the end of the video. Wait for it. If we come to Niti Aayog and India's MPI reduced from 29.17% in the fiscal year 14 to just 11.28% in the FY23. Right? And that stated, what is this MPI that was released? That is multidimensional poverty index. So according to this Niti Aayog's report, there has been a huge reduction in the poverty of India. Moving on, here you can see South Korea and Thailand, they have already achieved the universal health coverage. Next, and what is in this report? The report examines progress in Asia and the Pacific in preparing for achieving well-being among older people, and it explores 4 dimensions of well-being: health, productive work, economic security, and social engagement. Next, which organization has made a portfolio management service distributed is registration with a Association of Portfolio Managers in India mandatory? I repeat, which organization had made this PMS distributor service registration mandatory with the Association of Portfolio Managers in India? Correct? Registration mandatory with the Association of Portfolio Managers in India. So tell me, which is that organization that had made it mandatory? It will be your SEBI. Right? I repeat, SEBI has recently made mandatory for the registration of the portfolio managers, correct, that they should be registered with now APMI, that is with the Association of Portfolio Managers in India. This particular decision is aimed at giving boost to the ease of doing business. This will come into effect from 1st of January 2025, right? And apart from this, for the registration of distributors here, for this portfolio management service distributor, they will be registered here by 1st of July 2024. Guidelines for that will be coming soon. Right? Apart from this, these portfolio managers, what are these? They will be handling, they basically handles the money of any individual and helps them to grow their money by providing them a fixed rate of interest that is basically generally higher than any other market standards. Right? This facilitates a collective oversight of the PMS distributors at industry level. And these portfolio managers, they have been asked to ensure that any person or any entity engaged in the distribution service has obtained the registration from APMI. APMI is your Association of Portfolio Managers in India. Right? So it is SEBI that has mandated these portfolio managers that they should be registered with APMI. Correct? Take a note of this. What will be the benefits here? This will increase the transparency first of all. Right? That whenever if I want to invest my money and I want to hire a portfolio manager who will help me in growing my money, if I will then directly go to a person who is registered with APMI now, right? This will make sure, this will provide me a safety also and a security that the person where I'm sending my money to is a general certified person. right? This will ensure simplified compliance process, so that will be industry standards, and it will help us also to reduce your grievances, all your problems. Correct? So moving on, apart from this, remember one more thing, that is your SES ESG Research Private Limited, that is a 100% owned subsidiary of the Stakeholders Empowerment Service, that is SES, right? They have recently received the certificate of registration as ESG, that is Environmental Social Governance Rating Provider from SEBI. Directly remember this. Here SES ESG Research, it will function as category 2 provider, or will working as category 2 provider of the ESG rating with effect from 25th of April 2024. Apart from this, friends, if we look at some of the options here for RBI, remember RBI has revised the guidelines for classifying accounts and deposits as inappropriate or inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposit banks with 1st of April 2024. I repeat, RBI has issued guidelines for classifying accounts and deposits as inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposit by banks with effect from 1st of April 2024. Then this report was released on 3rd of January. If we talk about PFRDA, that is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, they have mandated two-factor authorization or two-factor Aadhaar authorization for CRA access from 1st of April 2024, right? And this news was released on 31st of March. If we talk about IRDAI, right, they have issued draft regulations for Bima Sugam Insurance e-marketplace. Correct? Take a note of this. Moving on. Next news is from the topic economy and business. Next is, which organization has raised India's GDP forecast by 40 basis point to 6.6% for 2024-2025? It is OECD. That is, OECD stands for Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and they have raised India's GDP for FY25 by 0.4%, or we can say by 40 basis point. And what is the projection here now? 6.6%. Earlier it was 6.2%, but as it has been increased by 0.4% or 4 basis point, it is 6.6%. If we talk about global GDP, it is expected to grow by 3.1% in 2024 and by 3.2% in 2025. Then if for fiscal year 24, India's GDP is projected at 7.8%, and for fiscal year 25 around 6.5% and 6.6%, even by 7% by various organizations. This is because of the continued growth in export of services. Then we are seeing huge demand of infrastructure. Then we are seeing that the manufacturing is also growing, and manufacturing will contribute here a lot in the growth of India, right? Then if we talk about IMF, here remember IMF, it will be a homework question, so just wait for it. Very important and interesting part. Then if we talk about RBI, RBI's bi-monthly monetary policy of FY24 was released, 25 was released, correct? And here India's GDP was projected at 7% for FY25. If we talk about Fitch ratings, Fitch has revised India's FY25 GDP growth forecast by 0.5% to 7%, correct? So earlier it was 6.5% and there was a growth of 0.5% here, and now it is at 7%. Next topic is awards and recognition. Next is, name the personality who has been recently awarded with the Whiteley Gold Award 2024. So who is that person who has been awarded here with the Whiteley Gold Award? So Dr. Purnima Devi Burman, right? She has been honored with this Whiteley Gold Award, and this award is also known as Green Oscar, correct? This award is also known as Green Oscar, that is your Whiteley Gold Award. This award is given by Whiteley Fund for Nature, that is WFN, correct, by the Whiteley Fund for Nature at a Royal Geographical Society award ceremony that was held in London, UK. So it is given by Whiteley Fund for Nature. Where was it given? During an event ceremony, award ceremony that was held in London, UK. Right? And basically, she was honored with this award because of her conservation efforts of the endangered greater Ajunta stock that is locally known as Hargila in Assamese, right? And its wetland habitat. So, this is for the conservation. Let me show you here. The award is acknowledged for her conservation efforts for the endangered greater adjutant stock that is known as Hargila in Assamese and its wetland habitat. The award comprises of 1 lakh Great Britain pounds for project funding, supports grassroots conservation leaders from around the world, and she received the trophy from the charity patron Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, the sister of the King Charles III. Then remember, she has also won the Whiteley Award in 2017 along with Sanjay Gubi. If we talk about some other winners here, right, we'll move on here, but let's talk about some other winners, right, such as your Naomi Longa, she's from Papua New Guinea and for marine, Raju Sharma from Nepal for terrestrial, right, then Aristide Kamla from Cameroon for wetland and freshwater, correct, and so on. Apart from this, if we talk about Dr. Purnima Devi Burman, known as Hargila Baidu, the sister of storks, her efforts in saving the Hargila resulted in their population increase from 450 to over 1800 in the northeast India, and she has also transformed the local attitudes, mobilized primarily women to protest nests, collaborated with her team at Aryanka Wildlife NGO, that is non-governmental organization. Correct? Take a note of this. Apart from this, if we talk about Ajit Mishra, right? Remember, the City of London Corporation has honored Ajit Mishra. He is an Indian lawyer, Indian born lawyer, and he is currently working in UK also as a lawyer, right? And he has been honored with the Freedom of the City of London Award. And this is for his contribution for strengthening business partnership between City of London and India. If we talk about Shashi Tharoor, he is a member of parliament and a very famous author also, and he has been conferred with the Knight of the Legion Honor. He has been honored with the Knight of the Legion of Honor, right? This is the highest award, highest French civilian award given by France. Then if we talk about Kiran Nadar, a philanthropist and an art collector, was conferred with the Knight of the Legion Honor also, right? That is the highest French civilian award. Moving on. Next, here you can see she is Dr. Purnima Devi Burman. Moving on. Next news is from the appointments and resignation. Next is ACC has approved the appointment of whom as the President of Goods and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal Forum of Second Appellate in GST laws and the first common forum of dispute resolution between center and state. Tell me. So who has been appointed here? So Sanjay Kumar Mishra, right, has been appointed as the President of Goods and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal. Take a note of this, right? Apart from this, remember Sanjay Kumar Mishra, he is the former Chief Justice of the High Court of Jharkhand and now has been appointed as the President of the Goods and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal, that is GSTAT. Right, if we talk about this GSTAT, the Government of India established this organization basically for the resolution of disputes within the business sector. Right, it started their operation on 1st of July. Will be starting their operation on 1st of July 2024. Right, and it is the forum of the second appeal in GST laws and the first common forum of dispute resolution between the center and state. Correct? Then this GSTAT, remember this will comprise of one principal bench in Delhi and it will handle the interstate disputes, correct, and 31 state benches to take up all other issues including states across various locations nationwide. Right? Then if we talk about Sanjay Kumar Mishra, he is a 1988. In 1988, he started his practice in the district court and joined as the additional district and session judge in Odisha in 1999. Right, then in 2009 he was elevated as the judge of the Odisha High Court, and then he served as the acting chief justice of the Uttarakhand High Court from 21-22. Then in Feb 2023 he took a charge as the 14th chief justice of the Jharkhand High Court. Right, coming back, if we talk about B.R. Gawai, on 10th of Jan, this is data is for 10th of Jan, remember, NALSA, that is National Legal Service Authority, has nominated Justice B.R. Gawai, a judge of Supreme Court of India, as the chairman of Supreme Court Legal Service Committee. Then Ajay Manik Rao Khanvilkar, he is the former Supreme Court judge and was appointed as the chairperson of Lokpal. He was appointed as the chairperson of Lokpal. Then P.S. Dinesh Kumar, remember, Finance Ministry appointed Justice P.S. Dinesh Kumar as the presiding officer of Securities Appellate Tribunal for a period of 4 years. Moving on. Next news is from acquisitions and mergers. Next is CCI has approved the acquisition of Sanyo Special Steel's 15.43% stake in SSMI. SSMI is your Sanyo Special Steel Manufacturing India Private Limited. And this Sanyo is, remember, this acquirer is Sanyo here. It is based in Japan and it is a global manufacturer of steel products and it is part of the Nippon Steel Corporation group. Next is China has successfully launched an uncrewed lunar probe on Long March 5 Y-weight carrier rocket to collect and bring back samples from far side of the moon. What is the name of that probe? So the name of that probe is Chang'e 6. Correct? Chang'e 6 is the name of that particular lunar probe that was launched using Long March 5 Y-weight carrier rocket, and it was CNSA. It was CNSA, that is China National Space Administration. They have launched this uncrewed lunar probe that was named Chang'e 6 using Long March 5 Y8 carrier rocket. And what is the aim here? It will be the world's first mission to collect and bring samples from the far side of the moon. And this Chang'e, remember, this is inspired from the name of the Chinese goddess moon. If we talk about this mission, this Chang'e 6 mission, the entire duration of this mission is expected to be around 53 days. Right? And this carries payloads that were developed in collaboration with other countries such as France, Italy, European Space Agency, etc. Then if we talk about Axiom Mission 3, here remember, SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket has launched this Axiom Mission 3 to International Space Station. Correct? And take a note of this. Then apart from this mission is of which organization? That is also important. Axiom 3 mission. Axiom Mission 3, it is of NASA. Then for bandwagon, remember, bandwagon, among these 11 satellites were carried into space using Falcon 9 rocket. Correct? And TASL, that is Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they have also launched TSAT-1A, that is the first private sector built sub-meter resolution Earth observation satellite. It was launched using these bandwagon 1 that carried 11 satellites using Falcon 9 rocket. Then if we talk about ExpoSat, remember, it was launched by ISRO. What is ExpoSat? It is your X-ray polarimeter satellite, and it is the first dedicated polarimeter satellite that was launched using PSLV C-58 rocket from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Moving on. Next, which country will host the BWF World Junior Championship 2025? So, it will be our India. Remember, take a note of this. India will be hosting Badminton World Federation's World Junior Championship 2025. Correct? And where this will be hosted in Guwahati, Assam. Correct? Take a note of this. Let me show you here. India is set to host Badminton World Federation World Junior Championship 25 at the Badminton Association of India's National Center of Excellence, that is in Guwahati, Assam. Take a note of this. This is very important and definitely can be asked in your exam. This marks the return of the World Junior Championship for India for the first time since 2008, and previously the 2008 World Junior Championship was held in Pune, Maharashtra. This NCOE, when was this inaugurated? It was inaugurated in 2023 and it houses 16 badminton courts and 4,000 square feet of gymnasium. Right? Apart from this, friends, remember Denmark will be hosting Thomas and Uber Cup for 2026. I repeat, BWF Men's and Women's World Team Championship 2026 Thomas Cup and Uber Cup will be hosted by Denmark, and Denmark will be hosting this event for the second time. Previously, the Thomas and Uber Cup 21 was hosted by Denmark, and again in 2026 it will be hosted by Denmark. Apart from this, if we talk about Malaysia, remember Malaysia Open was held. It was from 9th to 14th of January, and Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Sethi, right? They have won the silver medals here. Correct, in the men's double title. Then if we talk about Thailand here, Indian shuttler won 18 medals. That included 3 gold, 4 silver and 11 bronze during the Badminton World Federation's Para Badminton World Championship that was held from 20 to 25th of Feb, and it was held in Thailand. If we talk about France, Indian badminton pair Satvik Sairaj Ranik Reddy and Chirag Sethi, who won silver medal in this Malaysian Open. Here remember, they have recently won the men's double title of the Yonex French Open. Yonex French Open. Where was this held? This was held in France. Correct. In Malaysian Open, they secured second position, and in Yonex Open, they secured the first position here. Right. Moving on. Next is UN World Tuna Day is annually observed across the globe on May 2nd. Right, on May 2nd we observe this day to spread awareness about the importance of tuna. It is one of the most economically important fish species. Right, first time it was observed in 2017. Then if we talk about April 5, this day is observed as National Maritime Day, and it was the 61st National Maritime Day observed on 5th of April. Then on March 20 we observed World Sparrow Day. Theme here is I love sparrows. On Feb 2 we observe World Wetlands Day. Theme here is wetlands and human well-being. Next, here you can see picture of tuna. Next is Palestinian journalists covering Gaza were honored with which award on the occasion of the UN World Press Freedom Day, which is observed across the globe on 3rd May. So directly question, friend, is the question asked here is that what is the name of that award with which the Palestinian journalists were honored? They were honored on the World Press Freedom Day that is observed on 3rd May. So this is the day that you need to importantly remember. But what is the name of that award? What is that award here? It is Palestinian journalists covering Gaza. They were awarded with the UNESCO's Gulmiro Kano World Press Freedom Prize. Take a note of this. Correct? And the award ceremony was held on 2nd May during the World Press Freedom Conference that was held in Santiago, Chile. Apart from this, then remember there is a theme here for the World Press Freedom Day, that is a press for the planet. Journalism is the face of the environmental crisis. And this 3rd May 2024 marks the 31st anniversary of the World Press Freedom Day. Here you can see when do we observe this World Press Freedom Day on 3rd of May. First time it was observed in 1994. Apart from this, if we talk about Chameli Devi Jain Award, so 2 journalists that are Grishma Kuthar and Ritika, they were awarded with the 2024 Chameli Devi Jain Award for the Outstanding Women Media Person of the Year. Then if we talk about UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award, here remember Abdullahi Mire, former refugee from Somalia, was awarded with this award. And if we talk about Felix Houpert Bigny, UNESCO's Peace Prize, here remember former Federal Chancellor of Germany Angela Merkel has received this UNESCO Peace Prize. Right? Apart from this, friends, if we talk about this award, here what is the prize money for this UNESCO Gulmiro Kano World Press Freedom Prize? So the prize money is $2,500,000 US. Correct? So friends, these are your important current affairs for the day. Now let's move to one-liner revision that will be very beneficial in your learning. Ministry of Mines signed an MOU with Shakti for sharing knowledge in critical minerals. Then Army Dental, Central Research and Referral released a special postal cover for Silver Jubilee celebration. RateTel and Quadrant Future Tech signed an MOU to implement Kavach globally. CAG of India signed an MOU with Auditor General of Nepal to enhance audit expertise. SEBI amended mutual fund regulations to curb fraudulent practices. India has low health insurance coverage for older citizens according to Asian Development Bank. SEBI made mandatory registration of PMS distributors with APMI. OECD received India's GDP growth forecast for FY 24-25 to 6.6%. Then Assam Conservation Dr. Purnima Devi Burman has won the Whiteley Gold Award 2024. ACC has appointed Sanjay Kumar Mishra as the president of GSTAT. CCI has approved the acquisition of Senio Special Steel's 15.43% stake in SSMI. China has successfully launched Chang'e 6, world's first mission to bring samples from Moon. India to host BWF World Junior Badminton Championship 2025 in Guwahati. World Tuna Day on May 2nd and World Press Freedom Day on 3rd May. So these were your important current affairs for the day. Now friends, let's move to some revision part. Next is which edition of India Mozambique Tanzania trilateral exercise was conducted in March, that is IMT Trilate 24. So this was the second edition of this exercise that was conducted in March, on 29th of March specifically, and in this INS Tir and INS Sujata took part in this exercise. Next, in March, Dash became the first Indian state to launch the State Water Resource Information Systems dashboard. It is Rajasthan. Right? Rajasthan became the first Indian state to launch State Water Resource Information Systems dashboard. Correct? The portal was developed by the Department of Water Resources under the National Hydrology Project, and the portal offers real-time information about water availability, which will benefit farmers in planning their crop cycles and irrigation. Next is name the portal that was recently launched by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is MEITY, and National Internet Exchange of India NIXI to advance the vision of digital inclusion, that is Bhashanet. Right? Take a note of this. This portal was launched during the Universal Acceptance Day India event held on 21st of March. Correct? That was at the Dr. Ambedkar International Center in New Delhi. Bhashanet here aims to create multilingual internet where local language website names and email IDs will work seamlessly everywhere. Next, name the operation that has recently launched by the Government of India to evacuate stranded Indians in Haiti. It is Operation Indravati. Right? I repeat, Operation Indravati is to evacuate the stranded Indians in Haiti after armed gangs seized control of the most of the Caribbean nation. Next, which units of the PIB has been recently notified as the statutory body to flag misinformation about the central government and its dependents across social media platforms? It is Fact Check Unit. Right? Fact Check Unit of the PIB. They have recently notified as a statutory body to flag misinformation about the central government and its dependents across various social media platforms. Next, which law enforcement agency has recently signed a working arrangement with India's Central Bureau of Investigation to establish cooperative relations? So, which is it? It is European Union Agency for Law Enforcement Cooperation. Right? They have recently this is the law agency that has recently signed a working arrangement with India's CBI, that is Central Bureau of Investigation, to establish a cooperative relations. Also, this will enable the cooperation between all the law enforcement agencies in India and the 27 European countries represented by Europol. Next, the Indian Navy completed 100 days of maritime security operations under the banner of Dash on 23rd of March 2024. So, Indian Navy completed 100 days of maritime security operations under the banner of Operation Sankalp on 23rd of March. Take a note of this, important. Right? And as a part of Operation Sankalp, the Indian Navy played a major role as the first responder and preferred security partner in the Indian Ocean region. And during the operation, Indian Navy saved over 110 lives, that includes 45 Indian seafarers
and escorted over 15 lakh tons of commodities like fertilizers, crude oils, and finished products. Next is TRAI. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has released Telecommunication Mobile Number Portability Regulations 2024 to eliminate porting of mobile numbers using fraudulent subscribers identity module, that is SIM. The regulations come into effect from 1st of July 2024. Right, and the amendment prohibits the telecom operators for issuing a UPC, that is your unique porting code. That is the first step of changing your service provider. Once this code is produced, then for the next 7 days another UPC code will not be produced. Next, which edition of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SEO Startup Forum was held in New Delhi in March? So that was the 4th edition of the SEO Startup Forum held at New Delhi in March 2024. Correct, and the delegates from member countries attended a workshop here that was conducted by Startup India on establishing a seed fund. And India will host the second meeting of the special working group in November 2024 and SEO Startup Forum 5.0 in January 2025. Next, in March, Ministry of Rural Development notified a dash increase in the wage rate of workers under Manrega for the financial year 25. So, Ministry of Rural Development has notified an increase of 3 to 10% wage increase in the wage rate of the workers under Manrega for the financial year 24 for the financial year 25. And Goa state, it witnessed the highest hike, whereas UP and Uttarakhand, it witnessed the lowest hike. Next, which country's aerospace industries has recently opened their Indian subsidiary Aerospace Service India in New Delhi? It is Israel. Right? Israel's aerospace industries, they have recently opened their Indian subsidiary Aerospace Services India in New Delhi. Correct? And ASI will act as a sole OEM, that is your original equipment manufacturer, for the entire medium range surface to air systems used by the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, and Indian Navy. And this medium range surface to air missile system has been jointly developed by IAI and DRDO. Correct, and it was produced where at Bharat Dynamics Limited for the Indian forces. Next, according to the India TB Report 24 released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in March, India's incidence of tuberculosis cases declined to dash an 18% reduction in the mortality since 2015. So, according to this India TB Report 24 released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in March, India's incidence of TB cases declined to 16%. And 18% reduction in the mortality, that is the deaths related to tuberculosis since 2015. TB, remember, this is caused in lungs. It is a communicable disease. Correct? And here remember the mortality rate has declined from 28 lakh mortalities, that is deaths in 2015, to 23 lakh deaths in 2022. Next, according to the report that is State of Solar Photovoltaic Manufacturing in India 2024 published by Mercom India in March, India has installed dash gigawatt of solar module and cell capacity in 2023. So, India, according to this report published by Mercom India, India has installed a 24 gigawatt of solar module and cell capacity in 2023. Correct? Take a note of this. And remember, the target of India is to achieve 75 gigawatt by the year 2026. Next, name the association or company that has recently signed an MOU with Educational Testing Service India to enhance the global employability of the Indian workforce. It is Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII. Right? CII, they have recently signed an MOU with Educational Testing Service India, and it is to enhance the global employability of the Indian workforce. This partnership aims to improve the employability of the India's young professional by focusing on English language proficiency and 21st century skills. Next is our homework section, friends, and I have told you to wait for this section. The reason for this is because we have started a new initiative. Under this initiative, we will be asking you some questions, and the student who will be giving us the best and the most important answer, he will be provided on daily basis. That one student will be provided with free 1 year subscription of Affairs Cloud, right? So you have to attempt all these questions that we will be giving you, right? You have to make sure to provide the best and the most important answers in the comment section, and on the basis of that, next day, say for example for today's, we will be giving you the winner of this on Monday, that who will be receiving that award. And what is the award? That person will be receiving 1 year's full year free subscription of Affairs Cloud, and we will be providing this 1 year's free subscription on daily basis, right? So let's start. First is, give me 3 important current affairs for Supreme Court of India from the past 4 months. Second, give the 3 important current affairs for International Monetary Fund headquartered in Washington DC from the past 4 months. And the third, give 3 important current affairs for IRDAI for the past 4 months. And the students that will be giving the best and the most important current affairs will be awarded with that free subscription of 1 year. And the winner for this initiative will be provided on Monday. So friends, that's all for the day. I hope you have enjoyed our session. Do subscribe and do like the video.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. Also students, you can use code Vikas10, that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.